Forget to press a button. Oh, you're coming through. What's going on? Oh, no, I am. You're not. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Itachi Gaming. Itachi is having technical sound difficulties over there. It's the Evo show. What? Oh, man. Who all's here? There's a couple people watching. Who all's here? Got the B-roll rolling. Got Itachi down the corner there, trying to figure out his sound. I got sound coming from somewhere. Oh, that's the. I got the sound turned up on. Would not be an IMPS broadcast without something going wonky. That's all right. There's somebody else here. They're just being quiet. They're hiding. They're being creepers.
Check. There we go. Hello. How's that coming through, everybody? Because I'm using the app that I stopped using because I was sounding so funky. Hopefully it's coming through fine. But what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Imperial Military Podcast Show. And as Evo pointed out, it would not be an IMP show without something going wrong with the audio in particular. It's always audio. It's never anything else. It's audio. Well, I shouldn't say never. We've had a couple of streams where things just don't go right, and we bounce in and off of the live stream. But what is up, everybody? As you can see, we've got a new setup for the imps. Hopefully you guys are liking this. Over on the left hand side of your screen, we've got our topics. So today we've got a lot to talk about for the road ahead. Economy changes, more Mando content coming, and I have been so excited to do this particular episode. Tuesday night I had a really horrible migraine. There was just no way for me to be able to do this Tuesday night. And then yesterday I had truck. It's been a crazy week. I'm a week away from Black Friday with the new job, and so I didn't even get to stream my Grand Arena yesterday because I didn't get home till so late. So it's just been a crazy week, man. It's been a crazy month with me switching jobs and starting some of the new format for imps, and now we got a new background. We got a new way that we're doing our PTI-esque type of pardon the interruption, FYI, Sports Center type of layout here. So I hopefully you guys like it. Eva, can you see it? You're watching it?
I can see it. Looks good.
Looks good, yeah. So we're gonna start off back to our normal type of format where we kind of go over our accounts, guys. It's been 2 weeks. That's been longer than 2 weeks since we've done an actual account update. I think it's been about 3 or 4 weeks now, almost a month since we've done an actual account update. So that's gonna be pretty nice to do. So you guys can see that. Here's for the first time live, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Evo.
This is COVID Evo. I don't have COVID.
Evo. What's
this is
AR movie trailers?
I think I've been pretty good about not showing my full face on the stream, so I had to come up with something. I moved the camera so I can't put things in front of it as easily as I used to. Otherwise, my boy my boy BB-8 would be making an appearance. So yeah, I don't have anywhere to sit him. I don't know. I got to rethink my camera situation.
Got to rethink the camera situation, huh? So welcome back, guys. This is the Imperial Military Podcast Show. Sorry with all the craziness going on. Forgot to say that. So my name is Itachi, and we got my good friend, my buddy, my pal, and guildmate here, Evo. And so we try to do this almost every week. AR says I'll be listening to the stream and not talking a lot while I go for a night walk with my dog to help with the stress. But over the weekend, if we do a stream, I'll be here definitely talking. Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Yeah, good luck. I know we were talking a little bit earlier on the Discord. Good luck on your exam, my friend. I know those things can be quite stressful. I'm gonna throw Evo's regular screen back on for the time being. So, Evo is a male. Yes, he is. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go over my account, then Evo's account, show you guys where we're at, what we've been farming, kind of what we're going towards and working towards at the moment, and then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of today, which is road ahead, economy changes in the game, and more Mando coming. So first will actually be myself, so we're gonna go ahead, turn off this B-roll, guys, and jump over to the game. And so here is my IMPS account, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the IMPS Itachi account, 100% free to play, no money spent, $0, absolutely $0 spent on this, guys. In arena, I'm currently ranked 195th, still using my Padme team. Honestly, I just kind of go in and do arena. With being free to play, man, squad arena is just it's such a moot point because you're never going to have the most up-to-date meta team. You're always behind, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. You just have to come to terms with that realization. Fleet arena, however, you can absolutely dominate your fleet arena and get some of those additional crystals that you really need out of fleets. And so I am ranked 17th in my fleet arena, which is pretty nice. Sometimes I can get above and get to top 10 on some days, but not all the time. Air movie trailer says, just kidding, I am messing with you. And then he says, I like the books in the back. He likes your books, Evo.
I know, I see that.
So let's get in here to my characters and what my focal point is right now as far as favorites. So let's just put this at the favorites like we go down everything else. So here's my favorites right now, guys. General Grievous, trying to get this guy to gear 13, man. It's kind of coming along, but he's not my main focus right now, even though he's on there. Droideka, definitely trying to get Droideka to gear 13.
He's not your main. He's your main side chick.
Yeah, he's my main side chick. He's that main side chick focus. Nice. Droideka, however, we are trying to get to gear 13. As you can see, I'm 3 pieces away from Droideka. The same with General Grievous, so we're getting there pretty close. Magna Guard, I can actually unfavorite Magna Guard, so let's do that right now. I don't plan on taking Magna Guard to gear 13 anytime soon. Probably the worst out of that team, but he can be a pretty good tank. Shock T, as you can see, finally got this gal to 7 stars. We got both of her Zetas on her, just working on that gear. I really want to get her to gear 13, relic 3ish for the gas event, and that is what I'm buckling down on. And as you can see, a lot of those characters that are needed for gas are no longer on my favorites, and you'll see why here in a little bit. Grand Admiral Thrawn, I've been working on him. I really needed to work on my dark side characters, and so I'm starting with Grand Admiral Thrawn. He's a great character in this game, has stood the test of time with being a meta counter. He is huge. Oh man, look at that. Evo's going up against Galactic Legend right over there.
Yeah, I've never seen her, so I do not anticipate winning this fight at all, but I wanted to see it at least once. So
yeah, you gotta get rid of those resistant hero brothers there, man. And so I started working on Grand Admiral Thrawn. He was so lackluster on my account. He still is pretty much. I mean, he's gear 9, but we got a Zeta on him. Started working on his mods and things like that. So he is on here now. Sexy Rexy, I just put on today and was able to take him all the way up to gear 11. Imagine that, he's just sitting there waiting for things to get put on him, and his ship is also ready to be activated. So Sexy Rexy looking good there, gear 11, 2 pieces away from gear 12. Plo Koon, he's 2 pieces away from gear 11. I need him at gear 11, and he's a baller at gear 11 for your Galactic Republic fleet. I mean, you can put him up to gear 12 as well, and obviously it just makes his ship that much more tankier, more survivable in those battles. But gear 11 is really you need him. Get all of his abilities on your ship and you're good to go. 5s I just put on today as well. So you can see I need 1 piece here to go to the next gear level, which is gear 9, and I need to work on his mods and things like that, but he is going to be needed for gas with his ship for sure. And then Mace Windu as well, same thing, I need to work on his gear. Finally got to 7 stars yesterday with this event on the endurance, and so we will be taking him up to gear 11, and that's all we need. Now the Honey Jahani and Bastila Fallen are my last 2 pieces here for Darth Revan, and man, this farm is just so long, and we're going to talk about something here later on today that is going to help with these farms if you're just starting the game out, or if you're just getting to this particular part of the game to actually farm for Darth Revan, and you're going to really like it. Same thing with Bastila Fallen, 264 out of 330 shards, so she's coming along as well, just not quite there yet. So those are my favorites. So let's go down, let's start out with our 501st, ladies and gentlemen, and see how these guys are looking. So we're getting to the point, if you guys remember, I was like, I'm gonna work on my Grievous droids, and as I'm finishing off Grievous droids, I'm gonna start putting the 501st on the favorites list. So we put 2 on, we got 2, I can actually put a 3rd on now at this point. We just took 2 off here recently, a total of 3 actually, so we'll go ahead and put Echo on there. He'll be the next one that we actually work on as well for gear. But the 501st is starting to come along with Sexy Rexy's egg. Getting him to gear 11 was very nice. Moving on to bounty hunters, I have not touched bounty hunters in ages, guys. Boss still sitting at gear 12, double Zeta. He's got 2 pieces in gear 13. Man, Evo talks about this guy being at gear 13 all the time. That Houndstooth benefits so much from the relics.
He's just so big in the Geonosian territory battles. So it's yeah. Just do it.
Saying just do it. We may have to just do it. So at some point we will. I gotta get my gas though. That's where I'm headed towards, and I need gas so bad. So moving on from there, we got our Empire, and guys, again, these guys aren't too bad. Palpatine, Vader, and Grand Admiral Thrawn should definitely have already been at gear 12 by this point. My troopers have been doing fantastic things for me over in Grand Arena. I love these guys. They're fantastic. I don't fear Night Sisters the way I used to because of these troopers. They are the truth. And you know, we got some ads with Admiral Piet, which I can't wait to get started farming him. He's got a really nice node. It's a double node there, but right now, after we get gas, man, it's Revan, and then working towards Malik, and then we're gonna really hunker down on this Empire, on my Sith, and on these dark side characters, because they are so far removed from where they should be at that it's a little bit ridiculous. Moving on to E-Walk-ins. These guys we're not touching. We got them where they need to be. John, what's going on? John says getting closer to his gas grind as well, day by day. Yeah, man, it's a day by day grind all day long. So E-Walk-ins, they're done. We got C-3PO a long time ago. They're sitting here walking, doing their walk. They're all at gear 11 except for low grades at gear 10, and we're gonna keep them there. They do great things again on defense for me in Grand Arena. We'll keep them there. First order, I don't know when I'm getting to these guys. I don't. I think honestly for free to play, this has got to be like your first Galactic Legend to really go for, just based off the characters needed for Supreme Leader Kylo Ren compared to all of the other Galactic Legends. Palp is a very close second. I don't know. Palp may actually, Sith Eternal Emperor may actually be first. It's just a lot of relics that have to happen, and if you're free to play, you're not really focusing in on some of those other characters. First Order, all these characters make up for some great defensive teams. And Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, honestly, is probably one of the hardest Galactic Legends to actually go up against. All right, G-Rep Galactic Republic, guys. As you guys saw, Shaak Ti, she's no longer needed for shard count. We're just trying to get that gear up. But our Padme team with C-3PO, Jedi Knight Anakin, General Kenobi, Ahsoka Tano, these guys have been doing fantastic things. We got Padme Amidala to Relic 6, the same with Jedi Knight Anakin to Relic 6. And this is why, for me, I may have to go for Sith Eternal Emperor. Jedi Knight Anakin already being at Relic 6, he needs one more relic to meet that requirement for Sith Eternal. And so that gives us one relic piece that's already closer than having to farm an entire faction. So those are things you got to weigh out on your own account. For me, since I already want to work on my empire, it's probably going to be Sith Eternal Emperor for me, to be quite honest with you guys. But Barris does some fantastic things for me here and there over in Grand Arena, man. I use her as a leader at times with some leftover Jedi, and she gets the job done. Surprisingly gets the job done on some of those battles. Moving on to Geos. I haven't touched these guys very much either. As you can see, Soldier still 1 piece away from Gear 13. Brood Alpha 2 pieces away from Gear 13. Poggle 1 piece away from Gear 12. We did get Sunfac and Spy up there, Relic 5 and Relic 4 respectively, but really haven't worked on them that much. And Geos are just a pain in the butt, man. They're great for defense again. Defense in Grand Arena, Geos are great for. You're using Brood Alpha, Spy and Soldier, or Spy and Sunfac. I'd really say Spy and Soldier. You get that taunt right off the bat from Brood Alpha, and let Spy do his thing, man. It's ridiculous. Moving on to Jedi. So my Jedi, I haven't touched still. I've been talking about trying to get their gear, man, and I just haven't done it. Jedi Knight Revan is at Relic 2. Jolie Bindo still sitting at Gear 12. Basil Shawn still sitting at Gear 11. I did get some gear on Hermit Yoda, and I put on his other Zeta, so he is completely maxed out on abilities now, and he's at Gear 10, so that's better. But it's just a step-by-step process. Grandmaster Yoda, same thing, 1 piece away from Gear 12. And man, Grandmaster Yoda, I regret not continuing to work on this team when I had the chance before working on Padme, because on my Hyperdrive bundle account, my Grandmaster Yoda hits so hard at relics, it's ridiculous. Definitely take your Jedi up to relics. Jedi Knight Revan, Jolie Bindo, Hermit Yoda, Grandmaster Yoda, especially. Hermit Yoda is going to be needed for Luke at relics, as well as I think he's also needed for both Lukes, Jedi Knight Luke and Grandmaster Luke, so you might as well get him relics anyway. And then Grandmaster Yoda is just, he's a monster, man. He is that little green monster bouncing around the screen, spreading buffs to the rest of your Jedi and just hitting your enemies so hard with critical hits. It's ridiculous. He's great. He's great. Night Sisters, haven't done much here. We did get a Side of Interest to Relic 3, and that's about it. It stopped there. The buck stopped there. I do need to work on them. We're missing out on a whole nother Zeta challenge. Obviously, we got Ewoks in that Zeta challenge, but Night Sisters have their own Zeta challenge, and you need 7-star Mother Talzin in order to do that. The first tier isn't that bad. In the second tier, you can take any team you want. So your worked up tier, or worked up team that you have, you can actually go and do tier 2, which is the one that actually gives you Zeta. So you just need to be able to get through tier 1 first and then move on to tier 2, and you got to do that by getting 7-star Mother Talzin. Moving on to Old Republic. So Old Republic, Carthanasi still not at 7 stars. he does have all the shards. Same thing with Canderous. I have not activated him. I've been able to keep my GP down for Grand Arena. This is very important, as I've found over on my main account, because I don't activate characters that I don't need to. Juhani was a mistake. I was half asleep trying to do my farms for the day and hit activate instead of find. It happens to me. I've done a couple of characters that way. I really got to stop going into the game while I'm falling asleep. But don't activate those characters that you don't need yet and you're not really working on. You're just working on getting their shard count. Get their shard count. Leave them just like Canderous is right here, where it's just flash and activate to you. You don't need to hit that button. Don't do it. Don't do it. Rebels. I haven't touched Rebels either. Rebels are in some dire need of some love here, to be honest with you, but just don't have the time right now. I want to get CLS for sure. So right now my goal is to get gas, get Darth Revan, and before we're going to get Malik, we're going to take a little break there, work on my Rebels, get CLS, work on my Han Solo, work on getting Chewie, which means I'm going to have to work on bounty hunters as well, and start to even out my roster here because I'm having issues. We get stuck because we don't have enough counters over in Grand Arena, and so I definitely need some more teams there to be able to do that. Viva la Resistance. We're not really resisting anything here on the Resistance. Haven't focused on these guys, not ready to focus on them yet. They're just chilling. What's next? Separatists. So now you guys are going to see B1 Battle Droid is at Relic 3, B2 Super Battle Droid is at Relic 3, Asajj Ventress is at Relic 3. We just need to hit Droidica to get to the relics, and like the droids, that last battle, which I'm not ready to go into, but we'll be ready for. Wat Tambor ready to be activated. I haven't clicked activate yet because again, resources are limited as a free-to-play player, and so you really got to focus in on what you're working on. Finish out, stay on target. Wat Tambor is a fantastic character at 4 stars, actually. Taking him to gear 11, putting that Zeta on him, he is fantastic, but I really don't have a team to use him in. I guess I could use him with Vader, but I'm not doing that right now. So that's Separatists. Sith, yeah, Sith are pretty dire right now, as you guys can see. So even with going for Sith Eternal, I got a lot of farming I need to do. Darth Sidious, Count Dooku, Darth Maul is pretty close here actually. Sith Marauder, a lot of these are easy farms though. Sith Marauder is a quick farm. Darth Sidious is a quick farm. Count Dooku is a pretty quick farm. Maul is almost done, and so this is why I'm leaning more towards Sith Eternal Emperor. That, and I really need to work on my Sith, so this is going to force me to work on my Sith / Empire characters to have a better roster. Sith Empire, again, I haven't activated any of these guys because I'm not ready to go towards Darth Revan. We're working on gas, and so once I'm ready to go to Darth Revan, I'll start activating them, putting gear on them, and getting them ready for that Darth Revan event. So those are my characters, guys. Let's hop over to ships, and we can talk about ships for a minute here, and then we'll hop over to Evo. We'll do Evo solo, and he'll be able to go over his account. So for ships, my friends, I'm still working on this Vulture droid. Now, let me go light side, dark side. Let me not get ahead of myself. I do this. I get excited about ships. I've gotten really excited about ships lately. So, Umbaran Starfighter is 7 stars. Just need the gear on my man's 5s to get this ship in shape. BTLB Y-Wing Starfighter, I have been farming this out of a hard node. This is one of my hard node farms, along with Juhani, along with Basilishan Fallen, that I'm getting on it. See this right here where it says activate? This is what I did to Juhani. I hit this green button instead of find. So 7C hard is where I'm getting this Bittleby Y-Wing Starfighter, and this is a great tank for the Galactic Republic fleet. I know Evo could talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, do you know what star that would put you at with what you currently have? Because he's good at 4 stars. He's not great, but he's good with that team.
It should be right around 4 stars. Because I think one's what is it?
Yeah, the last 3 stars are 250 shards. So if you have more than 80, you have 4 stars.
Yeah. I was trying to wait till he gets to 5 stars. Because right now I don't really have a place to use him. I mean, I'm gonna have Mace Windu ship, so that will give me a place to actually use him, but I haven't since then. Rex's ship is at 148 shards, so that is definitely going to be a 5-star there. I think it's 145 is what it is.
It is, yep.
Yeah, so this should be 5 stars, but that does not clear us for the gas event. Unfortunately, they got to be 7 stars. Ahsoka Tano's ship, done. Anakin ship, man, we are halfway there, and 47 out of 100. This is my main farm now over in fleet battles, and man, they just keep teasing me with these packs. It's like, buy me, finish off your ETA's 2 starfighters. No, go away, CG. Don't have time for you right now. Plo Koon starfighter is at 7 stars, waiting at gear 11. That's it. I need gear 11 on Plo Koon, and I can finish up this ship for the most part. Let's actually do this. We need that. Yeah.
What fleet are you using in Arena right now?
I'm using Malevolence.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Rebels have been done for some time as far as ship count or star count for these ships. It's more so the underlying characters. Again, that gear is super important. Rebels are one of the harder ones to do because they just require so many pilots. Fantastic fleet, they require a lot of gear for a lot of different pilots. So we do have Han's Millennium Falcon. Again, another reason why I need to work on Han Solo and Chewbacca, because this ship is wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Clone Sergeant's ship is actually at 7 stars, but I don't feel like gearing up Clone Sergeant right now. It's not in the wheelhouse. Home 1 is 7 stars. Endurance, we just got to 7 stars. Again, we're working on Mace. I need to actually go ahead and let's actually do this. Let's take this up to 85. There we go. And so I just need to go through and work this. I've been saving up this currency, as you guys can see, quite a bit. So we're just gonna go ahead and slap this stuff on because he's ready. About to lose all this currency. Look at
that. Yep. I've been saving mine up for a 7-star negotiation.
So I've been saving this specifically for when I was getting ready for this event. So we're here, and got a little bit more to go there, and obviously here as well. But there's the endurance. It's going to come along pretty nicely. Haven't really worked on negotiator, as you guys can see. Poe Dameron was one of my other. Oh no, not Poe Dameron. Just kidding. It was Shakti that was my other actual farm. I started farming Rebel Y-Wing. This is another great tank. It also gives me Grief Karga. This is a 2-for-1 farm here because Grief Karga is a great bounty hunter. So let's move on to our dark side here, dark side ships. So Vulture Droid, again, trying to get this to 100 to 7 stars. Has been coming along, 65 out of 100. What's up, RMM? And so we're almost there. This has been a long farm. This is one of my hard no farms on a daily basis, 4D hard light side. So I've been working on that. I haven't really touched IG-2000. Slave 1 I'll get here and there. Not really my main focuses right now. Our Geonosians have been done for a long time. As you guys remember, that's how I started off this account. Malevolence is halfway to 7 stars, my friends, and I cannot wait to get this ship to 7 stars. It is a fantastic ship. I have so much fun with it over in Fleet Arena. Chimera, I still have yet to go in to do this event. And then our Executrix is also maxed out, as you guys can see here. Not really working on much else at the moment here in ships, so these are going pretty well. Shipments, you guys know what to do here. These are those ones that refresh with your regular refreshes throughout the day. You grab these, man. These are gonna just flow into being able to help you out with relics, and as a free-to-play player, this is absolutely critical to have the excess of gear to convert to those materials. Weekly shipments, get your big boy things here. If you got some extra coin to spend and you need these characters up here, I would spend it. Cantina battles, store, I'm basically just getting ship building materials. That's where my focus is right now. And speaking of Cantina, I'm using that energy right now to get signal data for relics. I've got to farm the signal data for relics, and it takes a lot of material. I'll show you guys where I'm at with that. Guild store, this right now is all gear for me, and I've actually been storing up a lot of gear. You can see my Mark V droid collar salvages, I've got 229. My MK7 Nubian security scanners, 158. Cuffs, I had a lot higher than this. I'm gonna go ahead and grab these, but we're building this back up. There's 94. MK3, these holo projector salvages, I've been just storing these guys up. Now I'm over 300. So I've been doing a lot of hoarding here because I'm not getting any particular characters right now. I will grab First Order SF TIE Pilot from time to time, but having the gear to be able to quickly pop my characters up from whatever gear they're currently at on up to where I need them to be at is critical right now in free to play. Squad Arena, this is going into prestige. That's all it is. Galactic War Store, we're just converting our maxed out characters already over to the Shard Store. Mod Store, I will get mods out of here every once in a while, typically looking for speed is what I'm usually looking for. If I don't have it on there, I just keep it rolling. So usually looking for higher mods, blues, purples, and stuff like that. Fleet Arena Store, this right now I've been grabbing Slave 1 occasionally out of here, but I really put this into Zeta materials, and I'm about to do that again so I can save up for gas. Get 1, get 2. Get 2 is going straight to Malevolent. Finally this refreshed. Straight into the Malevolence, we're getting there closer to 7 stars. Get 1, I've been keeping around 80 or so. I probably don't need that much to be able to unlock gas when I get them, but I started grabbing Wampa. Obviously Wampa, Hermit Yoda, both needed for Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, and I'll probably be getting that before I really get into, I don't know, we'll see what comes first, Jedi Knight Luke, or if we get into a Galactic Legend. So Championship Store, this is all about gear, guys. This is an easy one, easy store to get gear for gear 12, gear 13, and stuff like that. Shard Store, same thing, easy gear store to get your gear materials out of this store, and that's all I use it for. All right, so that's my account. We're gonna get over to Evo's gonna be next here, guys, and he's gonna go fully into his account. So my friends, this is my good friend, my buddy, my pal, my guildmate Evo, finishing up a gas battle, it looks like.
Yeah, so finish up a gas loss, you know, no big deal.
We're gonna switch it over to
I got
Evo.
Close. Oh, never mind. I won.
There you go.
That's still holding it down over there. All right.
Well, maybe. Why didn't you switch it? Did it switch it? It did switch it. Okay.
We just turn these in real quick. So this account refreshes at 11, so I want to make sure I get those done.
RMM says Evo time.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. Done a little bit of work since the last time we streamed, I think. We'll go through real quick and see where everything's at. As far as my favorites go, I favorite everything, so we won't go through that.
Drives me nuts, by the way.
I like to be able to see like all the teams that I want to work on. So I've put some work into 5.0 first. I started by putting work into my Galactic Republic ships, which is why you see these 3 guys are gear 12. But I went through and I finished out Arc Trooper, Echoes at gear, what is that, 10, 9, 42, 9.
9.
So we got 9 and 8. We got 12, 12, 9, 8 for the 501st.
Nice.
So they're getting there. They're getting there. Bounty Hunters, Relic 3 Bosk. Everybody else just kind of chilling. I did Gear 12 Boba Fett at one point. I think I just looked one day and he had the gear there, so why not? It's Boba Fett. But yeah, so that is still a good team for me. Droids I'm working, but I'm farming them. I'm not really working their gear or anything. You can see Magna Guard here is done. B1 is 60-ish shards away, 58 shards away. B2, I just kind of grab him whenever I see him in the store. Droidica way far behind.
So your droids are kind of like my Sith Empire right now.
Yeah, yeah. And Grievous is getting there. So low key working on these guys, but they are on my list. Empire, I did Gear 13 Vader. I haven't reliced him yet. He also only has 1 Zeta on him. But yeah, he had some gear come in, and man, Vader's just too good to not have Gear 13. So I went ahead and did that. Everybody else is just kind of chilling. Palpatine, he's going to be coming up soon for me to. He's only one piece away from Gear 12.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good there, man.
Ewoks. Finished Ewoks. Got some gear on them.
Nice.
I do have C-3PO unlocked, but I have not worked these guys to get him to 7-star yet. He's still sitting at 5-star. But farming is done on Ewoks. Nothing going on in First Order. Galactic Republic. Worked on Padme a little bit. She's Gear 12. So she's actually the next one that I'm working on for Gear 13. So getting that group going. I've got, Anakin Gear 13. Ahsoka's halfway to Gear 13. Jenkin is Gear 13, Relic 5. C-3PO is, 8? Gear 8.
Yeah. No, that's Gear 9, 10.
Oh, that's 10. No, I'm thinking the wrong way. So yeah, he's Gear 10. I'll need to get him to 7-star. So, but yeah, moving these guys along. I want this team to look good. Plo Koon is at Gear 10.
Mm-hmm.
So he's a couple pieces away from being Gear 11, so I can finish out his ship. But yeah, I've been hitting Galactic Republic pretty hard. So. Geo's just chilling. I do have 3 Gear 12s now. I know I didn't have 3 on the last stream, so I'm not sure when that happened, but they got some gear at some point. But yeah, no, Brood Alpha will be one of the next ones that I relic as well. Just getting that team together for the territory battles. So they are still a priority. What else we got? Nothing new happening on. I did activate Hermit Yoda.
Nice.
So he's whatever gear that is, Gear 7. Who knows? So I'm slowly working on his gear so that I can plug him into my Jedi team. Obviously, you can see Shakti here. She's Gear 9.
Yeah.
Just need to toss some Zetas on her. I'm Zeta starved right now, so I'm farming Night Sisters now.
Nice.
So Asajj is done. Acolytes, halfway there. Daka's done. I started farming Talzin, so I've got her, 2 or 3 stars in. Night Sister Zombie, she's 5-star. So getting her there, but Talzin's going to be the long slog for this one. So I'll have that team here in a few months. Old Republic. So you'll see when we get to Sith Empire, you'll see what I'm farming there. But as soon as I am content with my Galactic Republic team, I'll be coming over here finishing these guys out so I can go get myself Malik.
Nice. It's nice.
Rebels is one that I need to put some work into, especially Han and Chewie, since I do have MILF. Actually, no, I didn't grab MILF yet. I'm able to get MILF though. So I need to work on these guys so I can work on my MILF and get that team going. What else we got, bro? Separatist, really? No. Sith Empire. So I'm working on Sith Marauder for Sith Empire. So I would like to have Malik done before I have Sith Marauder done. But I'm farming him daily now. And I just need to work on the rest of that team so I can actually get Malik unlocked. That's where we are on characters. Ships is going to be quick and dirty. I haven't touched anything on ships except for Galactic Republic. So, yeah. It's pretty much these guys here. I did round out these two ships so that I can get MILF.
Nice.
So they are 5-star now, and I can unlock MILF. But otherwise, everything's been going into these guys. So my Katana is a little bit further behind than I would like her to be, but I'll get her caught up. Plo Koon, I just grab his shards whenever I can. Same with Umbaran Starfighter, so I can finish those two out. But yeah, everything's been focused on Galactic Republic. I did. My J-Ken's been Relic 5 for a while, but 20 shards away from 7-star.
It's like one more, maybe two more territory battles there, man.
Yeah, and
nice.
I believe, you know what? I can't see them. I think I've got enough currency ready. Why can't I see? Oh, because it's not leveled high enough. But yeah, I should have enough currency ready to finish out my negotiator once I get those 20 shards.
Very nice. Very nice.
Shipments. Good old grab everything. Weekly shipments I already did. Cantina battles, shipbuilding materials. I don't think there's anybody I need in here. Come in here and grab some Jawas and
Pow. Yeah, I said Pow eventually you'll need.
Yeah,
Pow
I come
is
down
kinda
here every
like
now and then and grab stuff.
the engine for the Mon Mothma teams out there, guys, and so he's got his place now.
Guild store is basically whatever gear I need. Here's anybody shows. Yep. Tusken Shaman.
Your Tuskens.
Tusken Shaman, baby.
That 3v3 secret tech right there.
Some of these guys. Squad Arena store. That's been going into credits for a while here. I'm comfortable with around 60 million, so.
There you go. There's your prestiges right there, 540.
Yeah. We'll get a little more of that. That's enough, I think, but I do have some other ships to work on eventually. One of the Tusken shows up. I don't know where the other Tusken shows up.
I think it's in Galactic War Store.
Grab all the ships. Ships are fun. There he is.
Tusken Raider.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure. Why not? Fleet Arena store is. Wait a minute.
That's your IMPS account.
Wow. I thought I was way lower on that. Okay. I gotta figure out where I want to put those. Here we go. Umbaran and Plo Koon. I swear they show up at the same time every time.
That's funny.
So yeah, how close am I there? Not quite. All right. But yeah, I've been going ability materials and Zetas and Omegas is where I've been going in here. That's my go-to. I did not realize I had 2 full Zetas. I'm not sure when that happened. I know I'll need more Omegas, so I'm going to dump the rest into Omegas for today. I have 14K saved up, trying to save up my Get One, just because I know Malik is right around the corner. Wampa's almost there, but I'm gonna pause on him for a little bit, because I want to be able to get Malik done as soon as I unlock him. Get 2. Just waiting for my negotiator.
Nice.
So
nice.
I need what? 30? No, 54.
Yeah, 54.
Which means we need 43 from whatever we do. Do you know roughly how many we get usually?
I can't remember. It's gonna be really
I feel
close.
like yeah, I feel like we get quite a bit.
Yeah. I mean, we're probably gonna get some from Territory Wars, and then plus the next TV, we should be good.
So that's 270. Yeah, I would think we at least get 4,000, because we at least get enough for 115 buy when we do those.
Okay.
I think we'll be good. Like it. So close. Oh, more important news. I did finally start watching the Clone Wars.
Oh, don't spoil it yet. Jeez, this is part of the reason I want to talk about some of this stuff.
Oh, okay. I didn't see it on the side there. I don't know.
Just wait for it.
Gotcha.
All right, so let's pop back over to the main screen, guys. I just want to show you guys real quick before we pop into Road Ahead. The activity for gas. Technically, it's saying I'm good to go with my characters, 10 out of 10, and I'm 2 for 5 for ships. However, as you guys know, from that painstakingly however many hours it was on the main account,
10 hours.
Yeah. We're gonna need Shock T at least Relic 3, and the same thing with Droideka. I think everyone else is definitely Gucci good to go, but we definitely need those 2 characters to be at least at Relic 3. So we'll be working on that. All right, let's slap back on that. Oh no, we're not gonna slap on the B-roll. We're going into the road ahead, my friends. Onto the road ahead. So finally, we get some news from Capital Games. CG puts out a road ahead, and they're finally communicating with us more and more, and I am super excited about this. I'm actually going to throw he took his camera off. I was going to throw Evo up for this part, because these next 3 segments are all about discussion between Evo and I. We're going to go through the road ahead, talk about what they talked about in the road ahead and whatnot. So whenever he decides to put his camera back up, we'll pop him back up there. But here we go. CG Top Hat, the road ahead, November. Hi, Holotable Heroes. Well, friends, it's that time again. Road Ahead 2020 has been a challenging year for many, and we want to extend a huge thank you to all of you for your support. November has a few big items to go over, so let's dive in. Number 1, we've got the 5th anniversary. 2020 has flown by, or crawled in some instances, and we find ourselves once again in November, which is a special month in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. As many of you know, it is our anniversary of launching the game. This year is particularly momentous as we celebrate our 5th year of being live. We are truly thankful to all the players that continue to play on the holotables with us, as none of this would be possible without you. As is tradition, on 11/25, we will be sending players some goodies for continuing to make this game great. Capital Games cannot thank you all enough, and we look forward to supporting Galaxy of Heroes for many years to come. So right here, 5th anniversary, they usually do some big things. Last year we got negotiator shards, malevolent shards, gas shards, and Malik shards. For the 4th anniversary, what do you think they'll do this year? Maybe the 2 older Galactic Legend shards?
I think they give us a free Galactic Legend. I think that's what's going to happen.
You're way too
I don't know
optimistic
which one.
about CG. Way too optimistic.
No. Yeah, I think something big with some North shards is likely. Maybe some good relic 13 gear, like
Oh yeah.
for the relics, so maybe something like that.
Amazing.
But yeah, I mean, I've always been very happy with the gifts and the goodie packages that they put out, so I think it'll be fun.
Yeah, their anniversary gifts are super nice. I gotta say, they're really nice. So really excited to see what happens there. Shard economy changes. Now this one I'm gonna read, and we're gonna table it for the next little note that we got here. So I'm gonna read through it, and then we'll table it from there, and then we'll discuss more. Shard economy changes. If you haven't seen our posts yet about our upcoming shard economy changes, you can read about them here, and they give a link. We're working on ways of making it easier for you to earn shards, and plan to deploy these changes in time for our 5th anniversary release. While shards are critical for players in order to build a fun and compelling roster, we know many of you have questions around what's coming next. Rest assured, there's more to tackle in regards to the game's economy, but we need to see the results of these shard changes before committing to any future updates. Gear, ships, and event rewards are all being closely examined, and any upcoming changes will likely be discussed in a future State of the Galaxy or Road Ahead. For the moment, we're excited to see how these planned changes to shards will improve the game and inform what other changes we can make in the future. I'll do this. We'll table this because we're talking about economy changes on the very next our very next discussion piece. Let's get through the rest of this road ahead. Challenge tier raids. This is pretty exciting. It is with great pleasure that we introduce to you the challenge tier Rancor. Yes, our old rubbery friend will be climbing back from the pit to give you a new challenge. After the response we saw from assault battles, we wanted to create something truly worthy of your rosters. We're still feeding the Rancor and don't know what he's going to look like at the end of his meal, but we know a few things. 1, the challenge tier Rancor will update the existing boss mechanics. 2, the Rancor and guards will be getting a visual update. 3, the challenge tier will be a separate event from the old Rancor. 4, the goal is to make the new challenge tier unsolvable at launch. And last but not least, number 5, the challenge tier Rancor will reward Relic 8 materials.
What?
We'll have another post next month to give specifics on the challenge tier Rancor so that players can prepare. Also, we'll have more on relics in a post coming soon. So quite a few things here in this part of the post. 1, we're getting challenge tiers to raids. That's exciting. Having to have something new mechanics. It may not be an all new raid, but new mechanics in an existing raid is actually pretty fun. They're going to get some artwork updates, and it's not going to be soloable, so that means all you slicker owners out there can't just go in and slap that rubbery Rancor around like it's just a good old piece of meat that you're tenderizing about to put on the barbecue.
I mean, that was the whole reason I got CLS in the first place, so I could solo that raid. So I'm a little salty about that.
A little salty?
No, that's okay. That's fine.
So something that's a little concerning, because especially from a free-to-play standpoint, is getting to Relic 7 is hard. It takes a lot of materials. Getting to Relic 3, not so bad. Getting to Relic 5, a little bit more challenging. But 6 and 7 is tough. It's hard on your resources. And so now we're talking Relic 8.
Well, see, I don't need to worry about Relic 8 because as long as my Darth Revan is faster than yours, it doesn't matter. Relics don't matter. They're like the points in whose line is it anyway. They just don't matter. As long as I'm faster, you can be Relic 14 and I can be Relic 2 and I will still win. So
I know some guilds are finally starting to get and pretty good on Geonosis Territory Battle light side. But Relic 8 may help relieve some of how challenging that part is.
Yes, for sure.
So I think some of the other PvE content is going to be really big. Obviously, at the top end, you know, those people that have been playing the game for all 5 years, they've got pretty much their entire roster relicked. Most of them probably at Relic 7. This is going to help inch them out over in things like Grand Arena and Territory Wars. But yeah, you're right. Things like Darth Revan, as long as your Darth Revan's faster than the other Darth Revan, you win. But that really only accounts for mirror matches. Other things, obviously, as we've seen, Night Sisters get huge bumps from relics, things like that. But this could bring in, if you guys remember when relics were first introduced, they showed new abilities being added to characters. Maybe that's what this Relic 8 is unlocking new abilities on our characters, and that'd be very interesting to see. Yeah, they've got to make it worthwhile. Just giving it another relic, I don't think is I don't think that's enough. Like, there's got to be some major stat increases in order to really incentivize people to play and get to Relic 8. All right, The Mandalorian Season 2. Mandalorian Season 2 is upon us, and we are just as excited as all of you. We've kicked off the new season by bringing back two sentimental fan favorites, Quill in IG-11 and his nurse incarnation. You've already seen their kits and how they play, but we're excited to see what awesome combinations and squads the community can build with them. Up next, we continue our season of The Mandalorian content with one of the most requested characters from season 1 of the show, Moth Gideon. I'm super excited about this. The Empire. Leading a remnant of the Imperial forces, Moth Gideon is obsessed with obtaining the child, no matter the cost, and wields a long-forgotten relic from Mandalore's past. Unlike Quill in IG-11, Moth Gideon will be initially unlocked from an upcoming marquee event. So not legendary, marquee. I'm kind of excited. It's a marquee event, actually, and we will have more to share in the coming weeks. This is some fantastic artwork right here. He's got the Darksaber, guys. This is really exciting. We really can't wait to see what happens with Moth Gideon. All right, and we've still got a few ingots of Beskar saved for some surprises, and there may be a few more friends coming from the Mandalorian yet. Stay tuned to see who else shows up to the holo table. All right, table that, guys. Put that in the back of your mind. That is going to be our last topic for the night, so just table that, and we're going to come back to it. All right, the future of Galactic Challenges. In August, we released a new mode called Galactic Challenges, and we've been closely reviewing data and community sentiment around the initial release. We've been tinkering with different aspects of the mode and have identified some parts of the system that we'd like to update. So starting this December, we're going to be doing an expansion of Galactic Challenge functionality. We'll be adding autocomplete functionality. Wow, that's quick. New kinds of feats, support for new combat mechanics, and we'll be adding a new end of event reward mechanic. To save you time and effort, we're introducing autocomplete. This means that successfully completing combat missions and feats at a higher tier or difficulty will now give you credit for any lower tier. For instance, completing tier 5 at 2-star will give you full credit for tiers 1 through 4 in addition to the stars earned from tier 5. Similarly, completing a feat at tier 5 will give you credit for the same feat at the earlier levels. Note, we're moving mission completion into discrete feats in order to tie into the new end of event reward system. With the introduction of the new end of event rewards, you will now earn a new type of currency from completing combat missions and their associated feats. As you accumulate this currency, you will earn a progressively better chest of rewards, which will open at the end of the event. With the instant payout of rewards, players who complete challenges up to the higher tiers of difficulty earn all the rewards, even those which may not be applicable to where they are in the game from the earlier tiers. By making the switch to end of event rewards, we will be able to improve and differentiate the rewards offered as you progress from one chest to the next. Lastly, we're eyeing a major expansion of the Galactic Challenges system sometime in February or March of next year. We've got some significant changes we'd like to make, but we're not far enough along to discuss them yet. We'll be talking about them in our next Road Ahead CG Top Hat. So this is cool concept with autocomplete. I think it's a little quick, but
I'm okay with it.
Maybe I'm okay with it. I'm absolutely okay with it. I like the fact that, so if I go in and I complete tier 7, I'm gonna get the rewards from tier 7 all the way down to tier 1. So you can go in, do what you think you can do at the highest tier level, get those rewards and get all the rewards under it, as well as defeats. So that's pretty cool. That's going to save a lot of time as opposed to going from 1 to 2 to 3. Like, that takes forever. And it's the same battle over and over and over again. So it's not even like it's like exciting. It's a different battle. Like, I mean, at least, was that Galactic War? You had different teams that you went up against, you know, but this is the same team over and over and over again. So this is nice that they're doing the autocomplete. What do you think about that?
I love it. I mean, bring me autocomplete all day long. I've always been more of the more casual players in the game. So whatever helps me get through things faster, because like honestly, some of those challenges, like had just been, the rewards were not incentive enough for me, so I didn't do them. And then when they started, you know, putting character shards in there, obviously, you know, I'm gonna hit those right away and make sure I get those. But yeah, no, I like the autocomplete. I think that's awesome.
Autocomplete is awesome. With them putting the new mod slicing materials in there, like 5, 6, 7.
Oh yeah,
are like the more desirable ones to go after. So yeah, that is nice. What was the other? Okay, so we did talk about how there was a quite a while ago when they were, before this even came out, before Galactic Challenges came out, my first video on it was showing some of the leaked or data mined pictures, and one of them was currency, and we never got that when it actually released, and it looks like we're getting it now for this end of event rewards. So there's other games that do something similar to this, where you get a chest at the end based off of wherever you complete, however many coins you have, whatever the currency is. So this is cool to see that they're doing something like this, to where we're going to get a chest essentially at the end of completion of the event. And I guess to incentivize people to go in and actually really try to play Galactic Challenges in order to get a bigger payout with these chests.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's going to be good. We'll see what actually happens with what's in the chest, but I think it'll be good. All right, let's head to economy changes. So there's a reason I left Mando stuff at the end. I'm the most excited about that. So the shard economy changes, I'll pretty much break it down. So essentially what they're doing is, if it's a year or older character, they're essentially doubling the amount of shards you can get. So instead of 5 a day, you can get up to 10 a day. So it's going to help with getting some of those older characters faster, and for newer players coming in to catch up quicker, to be in a more competitive guild and things like that, and be more compelling to those guilds that are doing higher end stuff. So I think this is a good thing. Evo, what do you think? What are your thoughts on this, man?
So I must have missed something. What is it that they're changing? You said from 5 a day to 10 a day?
Yeah, the shard economy changes. So when you go and farm a hard node, right now the maximum amount of shards you can get on a character are 5.
That's the maximum number of
if you're doing an
attempts that you can do.
No, not the attempts, the shards. So if you're doing 5, you can get 1 shard per that 5 those 5 tries.
Okay.
So which would be a maximum of 5, unless you refresh the node.
Right.
So what they're doing is they're doubling it. So instead of 5, so if you go and sim it 5 times, you have the potential to get 5 shards right now. What's going to happen with the 5th anniversary release is that's going to change from 5 to 10. So if you go and sim 5 times, you have a chance to get 10 shards as opposed to 5.
So that wording confuses me. So are they doubling? So is it a chance to drop 2 shards? Where if you were to do refreshes, you could get 2 shards every time you try that hard node?
Let's see. I don't know how it actually breaks down in that sense. Yes, 2 shards instead of 1.
Okay. Yeah. This increases to 4 during double drops. Awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think that's awesome.
So I think this is a great way to get newer players involved quickly, getting in the game quickly, farming some of those earlier teams like Phoenix a lot quicker. So if you're thinking about starting to play the game or starting a new account, I would wait until after, was it November 25th, next week, to start that account. Yeah, November 25th. I'd wait till December 1st, around that time. 1, that's going to get you a new shard as far as arena and stuff like that. But 2, you're going to be able to quickly farm some of these characters. And for existing players like myself and Evo, on things like our IMPS accounts, it's going to help us actually catch up on some of those things a lot quicker as well, which is actually much needed. So,
yeah, I might actually get my imp troopers going. Finally.
So the nice thing is we have to wait one thing is we have to wait a year for a character to be out. So they're giving some exclusivity to those people that are going to put some time in to actually farm those characters. So those will be at the normal drop, the one drop, and not 2 drops. But after a year, they go to 2 drop instead of 1. So similar to like the legendary guide, the journey guide, where a legendary event is on a timed basis until it hits a year of being out, and once it hits a year, it's always available to play and be able to go in and unlock that character. So I think this is excellent for the game overall.
I think that's a good time frame for that too. I mean, a year in game time is not a long time.
No, and it typically takes, if you're going it that way, a new character is going to take you about approximately 3 months to farm if you're farming it on a daily basis. Approximately. It could be a little bit longer, but for character farms, it's typically about 3 months on hard nodes. So this should probably cut it in half. So you're talking about a month to a month and a half. Which is pretty significant actually, as far as time that you're investing into the game. So the cool thing is they're thinking about doing this with things like gear, ships, and ships. So one of the biggest things in this game right now in the economy is like the gear crunch. The gear grind is ridiculous at some tiers once you get to a certain spot, with things like carbantes, stun guns, stun cuffs. Like, that gear is needed for like every single character in the game, and there's not a lot of ways for us to get that gear. And the drop rates aren't that great, and so you could spend a week just trying to get one piece done sometimes, based off the drop rates. So hopefully I think this is going to be well received from the community, and I'm glad that CG is actually listening to the community now, and actually not just listening but actually responding. I mean, I think this is probably one of the best road aheads that we've had in a long time. It's very detailed. They talk about a lot of things, and this is good because, quite honestly, earlier this year it was like, is this game about to end? Like, that's what it felt like. That's what it seemed like. It was like, all right, we got to Galactic Legends. Is the game about, like, is this it? You know, like, is the game dying? And that's what it felt like. But now we're getting back to communication and things like that. They've done a really good job here lately of kind of bouncing back. And I don't know about you. I mean, it's not that we've slammed CG earlier this year about their lack of communication. Like, we were pissed off at CG earlier this year, so it's not like we're, you know, CG bootlickers or anything like that. But I really think what they've done this past month and a half has been responding to the community and having communication and having good communication, not just communication, but having good communication, explaining things, having another community manager and things like that to really address the community's concerns. And I think that is a huge step in the right direction going forward for this game to continue to last, because there's a lot of content out there for Star Wars. So I mean, Lucasfilms is about to make another movie series. I mean, obviously we got The Mandalorian is just in season 2, and so yeah, there's just a lot. All right, guys, at this point, if you have not watched episode 3 of season 2, pause the video, go watch it, come back and listen to this part of the segment, because there are going to be some spoilers. We're going to talk about a lot, because this post about the Mandalorians has so much information in it, it's ridiculous. So I really want to talk about that and go over it and discuss it with Evo. I know Evo's already watched the episode, and so before we get into that part, so guys, pause it right now, go watch episode 3 if you haven't. Episode 4 comes out tomorrow, so I don't know what you're doing if you haven't watched it yet. But yeah, we're gonna get into it. More Mando content coming to the freaking game, and like it's like we're a year removed, but maybe it's a good time because we're in season 2. Maybe that's what they were waiting for, the second season, see how the Star Wars community took it, and to see if it would continue. And obviously it's continuing. But watching episode 3 for you, Evo, what did that prompt for you? Because you were about to get into it earlier.
So yeah, I mean, it prompted me to want to watch the Clone Wars series, because there were just some faces in there and some references that, from talking to you long enough, I was like, man, okay, they're starting to get into some stuff that I need to learn about, some more information about, like, and you know, it I mean, I don't know how much you're getting into the content of it, so I'll let you get to it.
But we're gonna get into it, man. So one, Moth Gideon is gonna be a marquee event. This is fantastic. Kind of, I was hoping he was gonna be a legendary character, but he's not. He's gonna be a marquee event, which I do like as well, because that means he's gonna be, I can go spend money on him. I've been waiting for this character to come out since season 1. Like, I have been nuts about getting Moth Gideon in the game. And Evo, you know this. I've been so excited. I'm like, Moth Gideon, give me Moth Gideon. So one of the things is he has got the Darksaber. There's one other character in the game right now that actually wields the Darksaber, and that's Sabine Wren. And Evo's gonna have to go watch Rebels as well, because all this is gonna tie in and make so much more sense if he does. So but he's got the Darksaber, and I kind of explained this to Evo. It is it's a big relic for the Mandalore, for the Mandalorians. It is a huge relic from their past, and where we're at now in this current time, whoever wields that Darksaber right there that we're seeing in this graphic from CG, whoever wields that is the leader of Mandalore. Like they are leading Mandalore, and I feel like this episode 3 brought so many pieces from different series that's out there in the Star Wars universe, all the show series together at one time, and it was just like, oh my gosh. So if you haven't watched Clone Wars, I don't want to get too much into Clone Wars because Evo hasn't watched it. Essentially there's a civil war that's been going on on Mandalore. So like this show for me just became going from watching Din, who is the Mandalore, right? Din is the character's name for Pedro Pascal's character, the Mandalore, and the Mandalorian. That. Yeah. So it goes from just like following Din around with Baby Yoda, right? We've been doing that for a season and 2 episodes. And then here comes 3 Mandalorians, and from the Clone Wars, from Rebels. They're in both series. One main one is, and that is Bo-Katan. And Bo-Katan is the sister of Sabine, not Sabine, but I can't think of her name right now. But they are, and I don't want to get too into it, just so Evo has a chance to watch the Clone Wars. But the sect that she actually represents is a different type of Mandalore. They still uphold a lot of the warrior traditions, but they're still very passive, and not the war-mongering old Mandalorians. The sect that Din grew up in, and they only called them the Watch in the show on season 3, or I mean episode 3 season 2. They called them the Watch, but they're called I can't remember.
She described it as how did she say it? That they were kind of like fanatics.
Yes, they are. I know. I'm trying to remember, but they're called something else in the Clone Wars. I can't remember what they're called. They're called something else. Death Watch. So they're called Death Watch in the Clone Wars. She just calls them the Watch here on season 3 or episode 3, season 2. So Death Watch is a more like Evo was saying, fanatical sect of Mandalorians that believe in the original way. So the entire time, like, they're like, this is the way, this is the way, this is the way. And so, like, I get it, it's the Mandalorian way, but not really understanding what they were referring to. That sect that rescued Din is actually Death Watch, if you've watched any of the Clone Wars. And Death Watch believes in the old Mandalore, the warmongering, badass Mandalorians, right? How this Darksaber was forged was from that era, and so it is a much different mindset. And we're gonna get a little bit into the Mandalorian now at this point, because I think in my mind this is going to set Din into kind of a tug of war with himself, because he's only known one way, and it's the Watch's way, which is a very old way. And now finding that there's other Mandalorians that are out there that are true Mandalorians that don't follow it in that way, I think is going to set him in a different path. Now, they do name drop in this. They talk about Ahsoka Tano. So here in this post it says, and we've still got a few ingots of Beskar saved for some surprises. And there may be a few more friends coming from the Mandalorian yet. Stay tuned. So Beskar is the armor that Mandalorians wear, right? Obviously, what we know of as Beskar from watching The Mandalorian is that nice, shiny silver Beskar that Din is wearing, also known as the Mandalorian, right? Pedro Pascal's character. So one thing that came to mind for me was we're getting shiny Beskar Din as a legendary event in the game, because this post actually came out the day before episode 3 came out. So when I read this, I was like, oh, okay, so we're gonna get the Mandalorian and Beskar. And then I watched the episode and I was like, well, maybe not. So we could be seeing these 3 Mandalorians, Bo-Katan, Axe Woves, and Koska Reeves, which were the 3 that showed up to aid the Mandalorian in this past episode. So which would be awesome. A Mandalorian faction in the game would be nuts. My other thought, because episode 1, and we didn't talk about this and some other, that's why I said if you guys haven't seen it, just pause the video. But episode 1, do you remember who's at the end of episode 1, Evo?
Oh yeah.
So who is that?
Oh yeah. Let's call him Hermit Bubba. All right.
Hermit Boba Fett?
Yes.
So we see Boba Fett. And actually, so episode 1, Evo and I ended up watching together at my house on my 70-inch TV. It was glorious. But then it led us to do a little bit of research on the Fetts. Interesting enough. And obviously Boba Fett is a clone of Jango Fett. And Jango Fett is actually technically a Mandalorian. He comes from the planet of Mandalore. He was raised in those ways. However, he got shunned because of what his ideology was and how he used his Beskar armor. So he was essentially thrown out of Mandalore and not recognized as a Mandalorian because of that. But in actuality, he's a Mandalorian. So Boba Fett is technically in all terms a Mandalorian. The show is called The Mandalorian, and like we're just getting all kinds of Mandalorian stuff going on here. It's not just about Din at this point. My other thought was Ahsoka Tano being a legendary event. I feel like there has to be a legendary event that comes out of this show. Not necessarily a Galactic Legend, but I think there has to be a legendary event that comes out of the show.
So I could see there being a legendary event, but I don't know. Like I feel like he's still evolving. Like you and I talked about this briefly, but like he's still earning all of his gear. Like he doesn't have the rocket launcher thing yet. Like there's a couple pieces that he's still earning. And if they do a legendary event, I would like to see the legendary version of him that is complete. Like I don't want them to rush something and then there be a better version of him that comes out later on.
He's got the rocket launcher.
What's he missing?
He earned it at the end of
season 1.
No,
he has the jetpack. He doesn't have the rocket.
The rocket's on there.
No, because he doesn't have the thing that comes down so that he can do it like Jango does.
The rocket's on his jetpack. So the jetpack, we haven't seen him use the rocket, but it's on there. The targeting system.
Don't believe you.
Let's see.
While he looks that up, just to let everybody know, pretty much anytime, somebody questions my remembrance of a TV show or movie, I'm right. But this is Star Wars, so I will submit that I may be wrong. But just saying, if I'm right.
Yeah. think you may actually be right on this one.
That's okay.
Because I thought it was built into the jetpack.
Because yeah, the only person that we've seen use it so far is the guy in episode 1 who had Bulba's armor. That's not true. There was one other guy that had it, I think, when they all came to help him in the first season.
Yeah, no, you're right. I'm looking at it now. It's not actually trying to find a good picture of it, but it doesn't have the actual rocket sticking out. Like the place for it's there, but he doesn't have the actual rockets there.
Because yeah, that was one of the things that we were talking about. That Bubba he earned all of his stuff. Not Bubba, Django. He earned all the upgrades. So he was doing something right when he was a Mandalorian at one point. But yeah, I mean, so that's what I want to see. If we do get a Mando, I want a complete Mando.
And maybe that's something he gets at the end of this season. And so maybe that's something that we do get. It's a legendary at the end of the season. They do a legendary event. But I really love to see Bo-Katan definitely come into the game. I want to see more. I definitely want a Mandalorian faction. I haven't even seen her anywhere else, but those 3 were badass. Yep.
And for sure.
So, and I do think there should be another Ahsoka Tano.
So I don't know anything about the Falcon version that we have currently, but I feel like she's not used anywhere.
Yeah, you gotta go watch Rebels. Yeah, Fulcrum. I feel like CG dropped the ball on Fulcrum Ahsoka Tano. But the other cool thing is maybe we find out what happens to Ezra. You haven't watched. You got to watch Rebels too, man. You got it all on Disney Plus now. No excuses. Yep. But we maybe just find out what happens to Ezra. If you guys remember at the end of Rebels, we're gonna see what's up with Ahsoka, with the Mandalorian coming up, and I'm stoked. I mean, that's a possibility to see Ahsoka come to the game in a new way. Because I mean, we got Snips right now, and Snips is okay. We've got Fulcrum, and like Evo said, she's not really used anywhere, and I feel like they really dropped the ball. Fulcrum really should have had that Phoenix tag, and they didn't. They dropped the ball on that. Ahsoka,
she's not a bad tune, but I mean, she's just not. I feel like she doesn't have any kind of privacy of place.
Yeah, there's no reason to go necessarily go farm her and gear her up outside. She's a cool character. But this Ahsoka would be post all of that, and so seeing what happened to her and where she's at now is going to be extremely interesting to see. I mean, because Ahsoka, for all intents and purposes, this is the most controversial character in Star Wars, is Ahsoka Tano, and now they're making her canon with this show. So we actually have a friend that if you mention Ahsoka Tano's name, he flips out, literally flips out. He's like, no, she's not canon. So, but now,
I mean, I get it, but yeah.
I get it too, but this means that Star Wars said, Lucasfilms essentially said, yes, she's canon. We're bringing her into the fold with this show. This is making Ahsoka canon. I'm pretty sure the last Skywalker movie also made her canon because she had a voice cameo in that when she became all of the Jedi. So when Rey was all the Jedi. If you look at the credits, it shows Ahsoka Tano voice. I can't remember who they used, but I think it was the actual voice that's used in the animated series. But that was her. So one, can't wait to see who Ahsoka Tano is and stuff like that. Can't wait to see what happens with the game. All right, guys, this was a much longer stream than normal, but I think much needed. Hour and 33 minutes. But guys, let us know in the comments down below, what do you think these ingots of Beskar are referring to? What other friends are we going to see from the Mandalorian show that are coming? What are your thoughts? Comment down below, guys. Make sure you leave a like. If you're not subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscription button. Evo and I are going to find some time, hopefully this weekend. It needs to be this weekend to record our new farming guide. It is complete. Hopefully we can put it out like Monday, discuss on Tuesday, because next week for me is going to be absolutely nuts. 100% nuts. It is Black Friday, and I'm not gonna have a lot of time later on in the week to do anything else. So hopefully Evo can carve out some time for me.
Do what I can, man. Do what I can.
Do what you can. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. We hope you have a fantastic night. Thank you so much for coming by for this evening. AR Movie Trailers, John, RMM. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, guys. Let us know what you think about the new layout that you guys see here. I did new background. We did these new tiles on the left hand side to highlight what we were talking about. So if you guys like them, let us know. And don't forget to join the Discord. Link should be below in the description. Until next time, my friends, we can go ahead and throw up the deuces. Peace out.